Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. We are back with the late night Juve Talks live. I know that you love them, I know that you miss them, I know that I can't do them for the entirety of the year because otherwise you will be bored of my face. You will not stand me anymore, which is totally normal. We come from that 1-1 against Lecce. For the people that watched the video this morning, you saw that I didn't digest it. Still, I didn't digest it. I was absolutely not happy. And honestly, more the hours are going, more I have difficulties to digest it, especially for the way it came, because it was really handled in a really amateurish way, not in the way that I wanted. I wanted a dirty win. No, I wanted a beautiful win. But in the situation that we were with, how the game went, I was really happy with the 3 points in the way that they came. He didn't come. So it is what it is. Mercato starts already. You know that I have the opportunity at 12 p.m. Italian time every single day from Monday to Friday to be together with Luca Monblano, with Massimo Zampini, with Virginia. Rotating. We have enough players in our team. We can rotate. Juve can't rotate. We can rotate. And we started also today with the Mercato, so I have a lot of inside news. And that's what I will always try to report to you, the latest news. We'll speak about Danilo. We'll speak about the words of Cristiano Giuntoli. We'll speak about some players that are in their way out, some players that could possibly join Juve. And we'll try to, every single evening, to speak about it, add some players, remove some players that are having more impact in the list of Giuntoli, players that impossible anymore for the list of Giuntoli, plan A that becomes plan C that becomes plan A. We'll speak about all of that. I hope you are doing well. We are with 100 people. Ragazzi, today I also want to do something different, but I'm waiting a few minutes before announcing. But I would love to be able to count on you, so prepare yourselves, because in a few minutes I will tell you what I have also in mind, because I don't want to be the only one to talk. Let me say hello to all the people, and also thank you to all the people that will watch this one in replay. Also you guys, write in the comment section if you're happy that the lives are back. Ciao Naruto, ciao grandissimo, the first one that wrote in the chat today. Ciao Dominic Neuendorf, hopefully he leaves. Ooh, Beppe, no, I just arrived. Dominic, calma. The lives are back. Bogdan, ciao Juve Pearls, hope you are doing well. Juve is not well. Ciao Pecci, ciao Juve Corner Cast, ciao grandissimo. Ciao Saraz, ciao Junior Mas, ciao P-Phonics, better that he leaves, he's getting old. No, guys, I know that I celebrated 43 in the month of October, but guys, you all want me to leave. Why? Why is that? Why is that a problem of Beppe leaving? Why do you want me to leave? Ciao P-Phonics, ciao Antonio. Dojsinovski, no, Capitano. Speaking probably about Danilo. Ciao Stavros, let's go. The late night lives are back. Ciao Vasilakos, ciao Akrepi that today, I believe it was on Twitter, I'm not sure, because I'm a bit confused, but I think it's on Twitter today. Mamma mia. Akrepi went with a huge negative statement. Everything was dark. The darkness arrived. Mamma mia. Ciao Mlaggio. Ciao Tsikov. Ciao P-Bugs. Neven is there as well. Ciao Chef. Ciao Pino. Ciao Pino. Ciao Pavel. Ciao Michael. Ciao to all the people. I will continue in a second. First of all, let me say thank you to Last Samurai, the last one that is there. 07 needed some whiskey to recover from yesterday. Don't drink, or drink. If you want to enjoy drink, you can drink. Of course, you need to have the age. It should be allowed in your country. And then, of course, tranquilli, tranquilly, not too much. Everything in life, you have to enjoy it, balancing, like in everything. Like, attacking in football, not always. There are moments where you can do it, there are moments where it's better not to do it. Andrea Cambiaso at the 93rd minute, probably he should have thought about it. He should have remembered himself that not always makes sense. Probably if Allegri would have been there, he would have yelled at him. You remember last year to Kenan Yildiz when he was yelling and screaming as a madman? Go to the corner kick, go there to that corner kick. Do you remember that scene? Yildiz, Kenan, where are you going? Do you remember? I remember. What a disaster. People were pissed off. Why are you stopping these kids? Let them do. Look, yesterday, he did it. 1-1. Disaster. Ciao, Samurai, and thank you, my friend. And also, thank you to Andrew McKen, because last time we were at 31 months, but also 24 months, so it's already 2 years for Andrew McKen. Ciao, Beppe. Ciao a tutti. Maximum of likes, everyone. We are 127. It's not enough. It's not enough for me to tell you what I want to do. So, can we please share the channel? Can we ask people to start joining? Because for 122 people, I'm not sure if I will continue to do the lives every single night. Hey, guys, I have a family. If we have more people, yes. If we don't, then no. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. UK time, so 8 p.m. Italian time, 8 p.m. Italian time, 9 p.m. UK, so pay attention to where you live in the world. Here with my friend Luca, JFTV, the guy from TikTok. With Luca, that I had the opportunity to meet real live in London, beginning of the month of November, so last month. We spoke together. We said, when are you joining on the channel? I said, Beppe, when you invite me. He really wanted to be here. He's a big follower of the channel. Since young, he's following the channel. He said a lot of beautiful things to me that I was not expecting when we met live. And he's a good kid. He's a really good kid. So I really wanted to give him also the opportunity to be here to speak. And let's see what we can do together. So Luca will be there tomorrow. Bravo, 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 Luca. I'm happy. I see that some people already know him in the chat. People think the typical paid YouTuber. Who? Me? From yesterday. It was nice. Yesterday was nice. Today, I'm in a better mood. I'm watching. They scored. I was watching the first half. As soon as we started the live, they scored. Disaster. Should not have been. Who scored? Because I see that they celebrate. Is it Deron? Is it Deron that scored? Not sure. Let me check the replay, guys. What a really, really bad goal. But a goal is a goal. A goal is a goal. It was disaster there in the box. Disaster. Okay, guys. How much? 129. It's not enough. Now we need to have at least 200 people or we don't start. No. 129 is absolutely not. Okay, 129 people for Juve. That's not okay. No. I don't start. Beppe, will we have McKennie, Douglas, Vlahovic back for Bologna? Enough. I don't know if they will be back. At the moment, there is nobody that is speaking about it. Nobody dares to take the risk of saying yes, they will be there, or no, they will not be there, or one of them, two of them, three of them. Nobody knows. Nobody's saying something, but it's also normal because we played yesterday. So today, the players that didn't play, they had a bit of a gym or these kind of things, like to recuperate the minutes that they didn't play. The other ones are off at home, so it makes sense. So we are waiting to understand. Then enough for a win. Yesterday, with the 11 that we were yesterday on the field, I continue to say that it was enough to win. With the 11 in the first half. Then when the second half started, I knew that the momentum was gone because we had no energy anymore. Giuseppe, did you share on Insta? What, Giuseppe? Why is there only 70 likes? Good question. We have 87 now. 87. 87. Mark is telling us deflection. Okay, guys. So I'm waiting that we have all more than 200. If we don't have more than 200, no. Then I don't do what I had in mind. Pity for you guys. Pity for you. Pity for you. Pity for you. But we can start speaking about the Mercato. Guys, Giuntoli spoke today. There was the Gran Gala. Gran Gala, I don't know if you already heard about it or not, but it's a ceremony like a bit the Ballon d'Or, but the Italian version for Serie A. We had a Giuntoli that was there present. There was Teun Koopmeiners that was there. Both of them spoke. Then, of course, in this moment when they speak about Mercato, about the team, you always need to take the words. You need to listen to them. You need to see also the facial expression to understand yes or no. What are they saying? Are they right? Are they not right? Are they playing a game? Are they playing with hidden cards or not? You need to filter, especially from a sporting director. Sporting director is one of the jobs where it's allowed to lie. It's allowed to lie. So that's good. That's really good. So let's see what he said. We'll start with that, waiting that we have at least more than 200 people. Otherwise, we don't start. And then we speak about Mercato. And share the word, guys. Share the words with your Juventini group chats on WhatsApp or whatever, on Telegram, so that people, they know that we start again with the lives. Nino Sport, grandissimo Nino. Ciao Beppe, sorry for the late notification didn't go off. Ah, mamma mia, you see, that's also one of the problems. The notification rings. That YouTube, sometimes they make work, sometimes they don't make work. So what did he say? Cristiano Giuntoli, yesterday. Not yesterday, today, because it was today. He spoke about a lot of things. He said, reported by Alfredo Pedulla. For us, or to us, it is a special year, a bit strange year. There was one thing, by the way, the way that he said it didn't make me extremely happy. For us, it's a special year. We had a lot of absences, which is correct, and we are trying to keep on the qualities of a group of serious and good kids, and a coach that is doing really well. We are fighting to try to remain attached to that group that is there ahead of us. That's the first block, about the moment that we are in. So what he's saying is praising again, like what Perin said yesterday after the game. I don't know if you had the opportunity to hear the interview or not, but we have a serious group. We have motivated people. We have the players that are... What injured, guys? What did I say injured? Did I say there's something strange, guys? Because I see the same people are saying the same things. Maybe I said something wrong. Let's see. Oh, so he's repeating actually what Perin said yesterday. Douglas Luiz is injured. I know that he's injured. I don't get it. Can someone explain a bit better? Because I don't get it. Douglas Luiz is injured. He's injured since the game of Stuttgart, no? I really don't get what you... I don't get. Did I say Douglas Costa? Did I say something? I don't know. I need to go back. You're... Okay. You're actually... you don't believe that he's injured. But where does that come from? That because I know that it's a few days now that some people, they have that strange paranoia that Douglas Luiz is not injured. I don't know who is rumoring that, but guys, he's injured. At least, if you believe me, he's injured. Then, that he's not 100% feeling integrated yet today in the team, that's another discussion. But that he's injured, he's injured. Now it's clear. But I didn't understand why you were mentioning that of Douglas Luiz. Anyway, we will speak about Douglas Luiz later because I have news about him. Mercato, no mercato. So wait a bit with me and we will come back on that one. So, Giuntoli, first paragraph, he says, special year for us. We have a lot of absences, a lot of injuries. We are trying with the qualities that we have there, with a serious group and with good kids and a coach that is doing well to remain attached to the other ones. Block 1. Okay. Then, are we worried? Because that's the question of the gap that is starting to be created with the first spot. He says the objective that has been publicly announced is to remain in the top 4. We started a new course with a lot of new players, a new coach, and a total different way of understanding and trying to do football, a new way of football. And that's the thing that I didn't like in that interview. Ray said, it's a bit of paradox, but we are actually happy of how the things are going. Of course, the absences are penalizing us in an important way. I'm too bright, huh? Better like this, huh? Right? Better. It's because I just shaved. But guys, I'm shaving myself. And there is no hair anymore. I really shaved, and it's gray. But I shaved myself like 3 hours ago. And it's already gray. How is it possible that it's gray? Why here that I'm totally shaved? Why it's not beautiful like me here? No, it's gray. But I didn't like that. It's a paradox, but we are even happy of how things are going. It's clear that the absences are penalizing us in an important way. Look, here we can see 3 things. The objective publicly has been to remain in the top 4. At today, we are not in the top 4. 20 games to play, no more, 24 games to play in Serie A. So we are far from the end of Serie A, 38 games, we already played 14, 8 draws, 6 wins, so more draws than wins. But the reality is that at the moment, as we speak, we are not in the top 4. It's true that until the beginning of last week, we were 6th at -2 from the second, at -3 from Napoli. Today we are at -6 from Napoli, waiting for Atalanta to understand what they are doing. At the moment they are winning. Napoli won, Milan won. So pay attention because Milan is also getting closer. So we are not in the top 4. So when you are saying the objective is to stay in the top 4, at the moment you are not top 4. So when you are continuing with, it's a paradox, but at the moment we are even happy of how things are going. I don't know. I can understand that you are watching the positives. I understand them. I understand that you're saying, look, we were in the good way. When we were building, we were doing quite well. Because it's a new project, because we have a lot of players, etc., etc., etc. I understand that positivity. Even if nothing was nothing is granted immediately, nothing is obvious, nothing is perfect neither. I can understand the positive side, but who told you that tomorrow the players will be back? Who told you that Douglas Luiz will now, when he will be back from injury, that it's against Bologna or Venezia or Manchester City or whenever he will come back, who told you that he will be this time really integrated? Who told you that we just need a goal of Koopmeiners to unlock him? Who told you that he will find that goal? Who told you that we will have all our players at disposal and that nobody else will have an injury? That's why when you are going with, it's a paradox, but I'm happy about how the things are going. This is not something after the draw against Lecce that you go and you say in front of microphones, according to me. Yeah? Because you know already that it's really a sensitive topic when you're saying our objective is top 4. They are always telling you minimum objective. Minimal objective is the vital objective, financial objective more than sporting objective. That is already something that is hurting a lot of fans because they are not used. They don't want to accept these kind of words because vincere non è importante, l'unica cosa che conta. I know all these kind of things. It's really difficult for a fan that doesn't care about finances to split things, to understand, to put them in context. But if it's already difficult for him to hear entering top 4, but then when you are doing a draw against Lecce, after the draws against Aston Villa, after the draw that was a really, really, really boring game against Milan, after not being able to beat Parma, Cagliari, Empoli, Napoli, Roma, Inter, if you are saying, guys, we are actually, it's a paradox, but we are happy about things are going, I think that there you need to, like when you're going to the underground in London, when you're saying mind the gap. Because if you don't mind the gap, then you can hurt yourself. I didn't like that. Anyway, we continue. In vista di gennaio, cosa possiamo aspettarci? What can we expect from in the month of January? Mercato. Skriniar says it's an interesting player, like a lot are. The January mercato is strange. I wanted him to say mercato in January is crazy. Would have been beautiful, but he said it's strange. Fino alla fine non fa vedere le carte. Until the end, the mercato of January doesn't show the cards. Always hidden. A lot of teams are waiting until the end. They don't show. Now, when you're saying fino alla fine, non scopra le carte, non fa vedere le carte, I don't know if Giuntoli understood that it was a decision of the club. I can tell you already. The decision of the club, because a lot of people were saying, let's go for Sergio Ramos. Let's go for whoever is on a free transfer, because we are in an emergency situation. And because we were speaking about the beginning of November, where we could have gone for one of these players, or even earlier with Bremer injured. With one player only, they decided to not go on the transfer market because of that strategy of possibly young players or a type of profile, not necessarily young players, but lower salaries, players that we want to reinvest in, that are there in the credo of football of Thiago Motta. So you say no. That's what they did internally after Bremer. After Cabal, again, that discussion came on the table. And then they are going with Abbott. Okay, Cabal, Bremer, we have only 1 month to go. 1 month. Not really. We still have November, half November plus December. That's 6 weeks. That's 10 games to play without 2 defenders. 10 games. Can we do it? That was the question. Thiago Motta says we can do it. We can do it. Giuntoli says, okay, let's go. We can do it. But here, I always said, if you want to go towards that strategy of not going on a free market, I can even back you up. I can even support you. But then I'm expecting that, and you know I said it multiple times here on the channel in the videos, when we're doing the countdown from 24 to 25, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, happy birthday, I want a player in front of the J Medical. That's where, today, that's already the second thing that already worried me. When he's saying the mercato of January, until the end, it doesn't show the cards. I know, but I hope that you already saw the cards. I hope that you have already a set of cards that is extremely strong to put on the table on the 2nd, maximum the 3rd of January. No? Happy New Year. Sorry. Hey guys. Now, this one I got immediately. This one I got immediately. It's a happy New Year, not happy birthday. But anyway, it was a test to see if you were following or not. Are we more than 200 or not? No. If we don't go over 200, I don't tell you. Then I will tell you when we close the live what I had in mind. To do with you. If we don't cross the 200, I don't tell you. C'est comme ça. It is life. It is what it is. We continue. We continue. We will come back on these words. Danilo. And now we go towards also the thumbnail. I have a lot of things for Danilo. He says, Danilo to Napoli. That's the question. Danilo to Napoli. Is that a possibility? I will show you the words of Fabrizio Romano first. Because Fabrizio, he reported it in a different way. Look, the words of Fabrizio, and then I will tell you the words of Giuntoli, reported by Pedula. He says, Juventus director Giuntoli plays down any link between Danilo and Napoli. We didn't talk about anything with Danilo or Napoli. He's our captain and we are very happy to keep Danilo. We are not planning to sell any center back in January. We will sign one, he told to Sky. If you are listening to these words here, they are slightly different. Danilo to Napoli, is it a possibility? Giuntoli says, in this moment, that's already something totally different from the words of Fabrizio Romano, guys. In this moment, he is our captain and we keep him tight with us. In the back, we are extremely short. It's really short. It's like a really thin line that is like screaming. We keep him tight. We didn't speak about nothing with Danilo, neither with Napoli. Let's see. Guys, I'm showing you the words here. Vediamo. Let's see. The objective is to sell nobody and to sign a player in defense. Okay. Wait, because I'm watching here the corner kick because I saw that you said scored Zaniolo. Mamma mia, he's celebrating against Roma like he won the World Cup. He's correct. Mamma mia. Ex-team of Zaniolo is going with the... He did like 5 celebration in what? Mamma mia. Ooh la 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 la. The guy is celebrating like... but he's correct to celebrate. It's an important win there. But I'm just telling you because it's his ex-team. You know, usually they respect to my ex-team. Now we are 195. Don't try to cheat, Juve Pulse. We are 195, which is not 200. We are 199 people that are watching at the moment. The peak is at 199. No, it's not an idiot. Guys, you don't know how it ended between him and Roma. He's pissed off. They sent him in Turkey, in Galatasaray, guys. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that. Okay, guys. We continue. You see the words that are totally different? You see that the words are totally different from one and another? It's not the same, It's not the same, When Fabrizio is saying we don't sell, we will buy one. He's our captain. We are very happy with Danilo, to keep Danilo. And then you see... the other words, it's different. In this moment, he's our captain and we keep him tight because in the back, we are really short. We didn't speak with Danilo about this, neither with Napoli. Let's see. Vediamo. That word, vediamo, is actually saying, I'm allowed to lie into your face. Vediamo means we can do everything. We are with 200. It's written here upside. Okay. I will continue about Danilo because now we enter Mercato, but I wanted to ask 3 people, members of the chat today, if they are ready to jump on together with me. I sent the link, private mode. You just need to tell me if you want to join today. Now, 3 people simultaneously. I want to try. So you tell me, you come on, and we speak about Mercato. I will tell you about Mercato. I will tell you what I know from the latest about Danilo, about Douglas Luiz, also about Arthur, about Raspadori, about Zanoli. So you tell me. So if we have some members of the chat that wants to join, c'est le moment. It is le moment. You tell me, and I sent you the link. I told you, 200 people. And by the way, for 2025, this is my plan. I want to go to what I did in the past. Having the weekly shows. I did it in the past in English on Juventus. So I want a weekly show in 2025. Already maybe starting, if I'm able to organize it already in December. I'm hesitant between the Monday nights or the Thursday nights. Probably the Thursday nights. Where I want to do it with, again, guests to speak about football. In an hour, no, it's now. It's now. So, no, in an hour I can't. No, because the live will stop in 45 minutes. Bravo Tariq. But nobody wants to join. You want to join, Michael? I'm still ill. I'm getting much better today. Michael, send me a message on Instagram, and I will send you the link. Do it now. You need to be fast. That's the important thing. If you want to join, you need to be fast. Join what? Here. Now. Speaking football. So, Michael Raso. Send me a message and you tell me, Beppe, send me the link. And tell me also your nickname from Instagram so I know who you are. The Wizard of Oz is there as well. Grande. We'll speak about it. Wait, I will ask the people about court manners. I want to ask them also about Di Gregorio and about Perin. But I'm waiting. That's the problem. People are slow today. What do you mean I'm driving home from work? One sec. P-Bucks, I will join. Yes, but send me. Okay, I will come back on that in 10 minutes. Okay, guys, you send me. In 10 minutes, I come back on it. At 22:45. Yeah, at 45, I come back on it. You send me. Send me the request and we'll pick 3. Okay, about Danilo. What I heard. Are you ready for the Danilo updates? What I heard is that Danilo is not on the market officially from Juve side. So Giuntoli is not lying when he says we didn't really speak with him about it or not. They have absolutely no intention to send him to Napoli. Also, Danilo, it's not the first choice to go to Napoli. So the voices to Napoli with the Raspadori that are coming, it's more a suggestion like, okay, Raspadori wants to play more. Giuntoli really likes Raspadori. It's a player that can play in 2 different roles, so it makes sense to link Danilo with Raspadori. Conte really liked 2 players from Juve. When he was thinking maybe if I have the opportunity to go or not to Juve, he says, Rabiot and Danilo are two important players. So, but Danilo, it's not that he wants to go to Napoli. Also because he knows that at Napoli, he will be the... I received a message from Paolo Bugatto. That's probably P-Bucks. Wait, at 45 I come back. I finished the story of Danilo. That's an important one. Also because he will not be a starter at Napoli. So forget about it. Forget about it. He will not be a starter at Napoli. Is there someone that knows where Danilo could possibly go? I know already where, and I will tell you also why and how. What happened, guys, is that Danilo not happy at the situation at Juve because, of course, he's playing way less than he was playing. He's not even a fourth choice in the eyes of Motta. Today he's playing because there is nobody else anymore. But Thiago Motta doesn't see him as a right back. And the problem is when he's playing in the center of the defense, he has not the qualities or maybe the velocity anymore to do the job that needs to be done. Yesterday he was not doing even bad as a right back, but then he plays in the center of the defense and it starts to be really, really dangerous with I think it's Kristovic that is growing fast. So he understood it, and he doesn't want to take it until the end of the season being a dead weight there, you know. He prefers to go, say, okay, I leave as a prince better than staying, and that actually we risk to, you know, I don't feel the love of the supporters anymore. There is OM, l'Olympique, that asked information. But today it's really small, the interest there, because also he has still a contract, Danilo, still costing a lot of money in terms of salary. But if there is a club that is really interesting in him, and he would also be happy to go to, it's Flamengo in Brazil. He would love to go back in Brazil at Flamengo, especially Flamengo. No, not Saudi Arabia. Flamengo in Brazil. For what reason? Because at Flamengo, there is a good friend of him. There is Alexandro. Alexandro is playing there. You know that they play together at Porto. You know that they play together before that in another club. I don't remember where. Mamma mia, I forgot. Where did they play together? They played together, I think it was already in Brazil. Let me check. Porto, for sure. Help me, guys. You know, because, you know, sometimes I forget. Santos, bravo, Giorgio. So they played together at Santos. They played together at Porto. And then when they were at Porto, you know what? Juventus was really interested in Danilo first. And at the end, they went for Alexandro. Alexandro joined Juve. He went to Manchester City or Real Madrid. But you know what happened there. No, first to Real Madrid, and Alexandro went to Juve. That's how it happened. So what happens then is they are really great friends. They spoke a lot about it during their time at Juve. They were really happy to be together. So that could be one of the huge big reasons to be with his friend, playing together at Flamengo. He sees the opportunity also there to play. It would be close also to the national team of Brazil. I will come on the message also from Matthew. Wait a second, Matthew, because it's a really good question. I will come back on that question in a second. Just bear with me. Now, how do we know that there is the possibility for him to leave? It's true that he didn't really say something really public. Juve didn't really speak that publicly about it. By the way, today Giuntoli is saying, no, we are really short in defense. We want to go for one player. But actually, the agent of Danilo is looking already around. That's why we know that there were some talks with Napoli. That's why we know that he's really in contact. And it's not even something that is hiding. So it's something that is quite open. And when Juventus knew about it, what did they do? They say it's okay for us. It's okay for us. If you find a club it's okay for us. So Juventus is not against it. So that's the big update for Danilo. Danilo, I repeat you, he's not happy at Juve. He's trying to not make it big, trying to be respectful. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. He's trying to give what he can, like he did yesterday, like he did the game before. He's trying to give what he can. As long as he wants to respect that armband, that number 6 that he has on the shoulder, the love that he has for Juve. It's not like some people are saying, you know, these words a la coward and things like that, because it's a player that, for example, he said, take it away. Take it away. That contract clause, I don't care. I don't need it. If I need to leave at the end of the season, I leave at the end of the season. But it's true that the agent is already looking. Flamengo, because there were some words already from another club in Brazil, said no. But indeed, Flamengo could be really interested for you. And this is also why you had that name of Ortiz. To remember the name of Ortiz, the defender from Flamengo, that was linked to Juve, because also there, like Tarek is saying, in Mercato, it's always a lot of 1+1, then. Because Flamengo is interested in Danilo, because Danilo would say yes to go to Flamengo, then, what's the name there? Ortiz could go to Juve. No, there is absolutely no chance for Ortiz to go to Juve, so it's already a name that you can scrap, even if it's a player that could possibly go there because he has the double passport. But that's not the case. So I keep the question of Matthew here, because that's the question I really want to ask to the guest that will join now. It's time. It's time. So I take here the link of Aya, and I send it here. You just need to enter, of course. That's one. Michael Raso is 2. Bravo. What I will do, guys, in the meanwhile, I will already disconnect me here. Give me a second. I'm trying something, yeah? Okay. Guys, do you hear me? Can you tell me if you hear me? Tell me if the sound is working well, if you have a double sound or not, or just one. Okay, everything is perfect. Like before, you see me, you hear me. Okay, now we will let the guest come in, and we will, when they pop in. So, Michael, I sent you the message. I see that you saw it as well, to P-Bugs as well. So you can you just can come in. Let's see then with them if their audio is doing well or not. Guys, it's the moment to join, It's the moment to join. It should not be complicated. I see nobody yet. Okay, in the meanwhile, I answer the question. I answer the question of Matthew. Thank you for the donation, Matthew. Matthew is saying, Happy Monday, Beppe. What do you think the key is to unlock Cope manners? Do they need to move him back a bit further? Does Motta need to commit to a more traditional formation like a 4-3-3? It's a really good question. That if I had the answer, I believe that it would be easy. Because if I have the answer, Thiago Motta would have had that answer as well. Look, the easy answer is play more central. That's the easiest answer that you have, because these guys, we know it, they don't look for Cope, they don't find Cope. If he wants the ball, he's obliged to go on the right, on the left, tracking back. Play more central is the easy answer. Of course, it's not that simple. The 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, it's already a long time ago that I told you I don't really believe in that. Yes, it's nice to see when you are looking at the paper, but then it's about how you move when you are in possession on possession. We were already speaking about these kind of things with Max Allegri. Remember, on paper it was a 3-man defense, and then nearly always it was a 4-man defense with or Kostic or another one. Wait, you're waiting for the host. What does that mean, you're waiting for the host? Wait, guys. Apparently there is something here, waiting for the host. What does that mean, waiting for the host? You should not wait for the host. You click on the link and you're in. Normally that's how it works. Let me check. We'll try to check what's the problem. Yeah, but you know, wait. Here we have Michael. Michael.
Hello.
Ciao, Michael. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Hello, Juventini. How's everyone?
Look at that. Michael is there. You're in the car, Michael.
Yeah, I pulled over. Don't worry.
Michael, just a question to be sure, and then I will ask also to the people if they hear you well or not. But you had some problem to enter the chat or not? To enter here, sorry.
To be honest, I'm not the best with technology, so
Yeah?
it was probably just my error. But
No, what did it say when you clicked on the link? What happened?
it just, like, for me, it just wouldn't load. So I don't know if it was like I had to refresh it a couple of times.
Okay.
But other than that, it was fine.
Okay, but there was not written wait for the approval of me or you. I just saw you.
No, everything was fine.
Okay, guys. Paolo, it's P-Bucks. It's like that. You copy the link. That's the important thing, guys. Don't click on the link. Copy the link and you open it in a new page. So that's always what you need to do.
I did it off Safari.
Yeah.
And, just put it off
it's working. It's working well. You just need to do one thing. Copy the link, not clicking immediately. Otherwise, it will open from Instagram, and that's something that you can't do. Okay, so I was answering, by the way, the question from Matthew that was asking about how to unlock Cope manners. I was saying that, the 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, it's something that in today's football, it's us, the fans, are still speaking about it, but I don't see it anymore that much on the field. It's something that is moving, is constantly moving, especially with a coach a la Thiago Motta. So I don't really believe in going towards a 4-3-3 would change something. I think that we need to find him, and also him, he doesn't need to, or he should absolutely not lose the confidence, because in the last few games, that's what worries me a lot about Cope. It looks like he's losing a bit the confidence. I don't see the strong Cope manners on the field that is saying, give me the ball, I will fix it for you. And that starts to worry me a bit, to be totally honest with you. Michael, and then you present yourself. But first, let's answer the question of Matthew.
So for me personally, I'm not like a huge fan of Cope miners, which I know like a lot of people like would disagree. like when he played Atalanta, he did like some crazy things. But like Atalanta is more of a system team where they kind of like farm their players up. When you play for Juventus, it's more so it's a bigger club. Like the club outweighs the player, so a lot of players have to make these sacrifices for the benefit of the team. And for him, I agree with you. Oh, beautiful, more Juventini. How's it going?
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Continue, Michael, and then we will present Paolo.
Personally, for me, I kind of see him playing more centrally and more as an actual midfielder as opposed to like right behind the striker. I think Yildiz should be playing as a cam. And for coal miners, I don't really know how to unlock him, I would say. But I do feel that he is losing himself the more that he doesn't score and the more that we are continuing to slump. I feel like he's getting further away as opposed to like unlocking himself. So we need to be very careful because the last thing we need is to lose him, but like not to an injury, but like to the injury of the mind. You know what I mean?
I agree. So, now that you answered the question, I will ask the same question later to Paolo. But first of all, I see that you have the beautiful IFTV, our friends from IFTV, the calcio shirt. So I'm assuming you're also living in USA. Where are you from, Michael?
I live in Woodbridge, Toronto, Canada. So huge Italian communities here. Yeah, that's basically it. A lot of Italians here, so it's always good to see. And it's not the best, but area like in Canada.
How is the weather
right now?
How is the weather? Because some people they think that in Canada it's like -20 with snow like that.
So,
It's not, I don't see snow on the trees.
it was snowing earlier today, but it's not. I don't know. Can I flip my camera? Let's go outside. Right now, it's like 0 degrees.
It's the same here.
It's 5 o'clock right now. It's pretty cold. Not. I don't know if you can see the frost on my breath. No. But yeah, it's not too cold. I'm just in a spring jacket and a long sleeve, so it's not cold. But for December, we're having a very mild winter right now. This time last year, we had like a foot of snow. So
Thank you. And also a really loyal fan. And Michael is here since years now on the channel. I'm really happy to meet
yes.
you. And then we have Paolo. Ciao, Paolo. Thank you for joining.
Ciao, ciao. Nice to see you both. Thanks for having me.
You have a better setup than me, Paolo.
Oh,
Yeah.
how can I have a better setup than B?
You have the microphone, the headphones, a fantastic, beautiful jacket. You have the flag in the back of Juve. It's perfect. It's perfect. So, Paolo, where are you watching from?
Austin, Texas. Hook 'em.
Grande, Paolo. That's where our friend Mohammed Shahali is living in Texas, Houston.
Nice.
So, Paolo, that was the question. The question came from Matthew earlier on about how can we unlock turncoat miners. Do you want to give your take on that one?
Yeah, I think he's a valuable player. I think he's got a lot of qualities. I think you need to have him on the field. I think you need to allow him to be comfortable. And I think you have to put him in a position to succeed. Right now, Mota's biggest challenge is finding a way to give his players a chance to succeed. It's up to him. He can't be on the field executing, but he has to put them in a good position. So I would like to see Coop maybe take a step back, maybe set up with Locatelli if they need to at the back, because I think Locatelli on his own above that defensive line gets isolated, and they bring 4 in front of him, and he's got nowhere to go with it. So I think you can sit him next to Locatelli. And I still want to see Fagioli up there above the 2. He's one of the few guys who can really run and move and pass the ball in many different ways. You can't have them close together, but I think if you put Fagioli up there, you put Coop behind. Coop can come up as he wants. Loca can always watch his back. And then I want to see Yildiz at the true 10. I want to see him right there in the middle at the top.
So you sacrifice Thuram?
I think sometimes you can.
In an ideal
Sometimes you
lineup,
can.
of course, because we are rotating when we have them at disposal. But you sacrifice Thuram.
I think if you have the lead, and right now we need goals. We're 0-0. We're losing. We need to get the offense going. The players are running around, not accomplishing much. So I think part of that is giving Thuram a break. He's been doing great. He'll make a fantastic sub. If you've got a lead, he'll help protect it. If Loca's getting tired, maybe he comes in and helps defend a lead. But I find, as much as I love Thuram, I think his first touch is still a bit off, and I think he's a bit unpredictable. And I'd rather have ball control with movement through the middle and get Yildiz and Weah in a little tighter, or whoever's on the wings a little tighter. We're too far out to the sides, and no one's going through the middle. So I think Coop needs to find the right spot.
Look, I see our Michael that is saying yes.
I like the take. I agree.
In the chat, people are saying yes, Nicolo Fagioli. Look,
but I love Fagioli. That's my fault.
I said, guys, that today would have been a bit of Mercato live. So I already spoke about Danilo. I will introduce the topic of Fagioli, guys, really short, because Fagioli will be a situation that we will monitor. But I want to hear you, both of you, on that, especially because I see that the both of you are big fans of Nicolo. So the latest news about Nicolo Fagioli is clearly that he is on the market. That doesn't mean that he will leave, 100%. Thiago said, if you sell Fagioli, I have nothing against it, but then you need to find me a midfielder. That could be, in a way, why Fagioli could stay at Juve. But Thiago Motta is not against it. Giuntoli understood that if it was not the first plan, it was not the initial plan to sell Nicolo Fagioli, but because we have a lot of injuries, because we need to reinforce our defense, because it was absolutely not planned, we are obliged to find some money. And he's the one that can bring you profit immediately. You see also at the face of Nicolo Fagioli that he's not yet the guy that we were expecting this season to be. The joyful Fagioli that is back after a long period of ban. We see it at the face that something is wrong. At least that is my feeling. There is something. And when he entered against Aston Villa, he falls asleep. Yesterday he had 30 minutes to show we don't see him. Is the decision taken or not? We don't know. With all the journalists that are confirming that if there was one that is on the market, especially with Marseille that is pushing, Marseille, Paris Saint-Germain, two clubs that are pushing a lot. There was Bologna last year, not now anymore. So not Italy, but especially the two French clubs are on the player. Guys, tell me your feelings about Fagioli. Yes, no, do you understand it? Would it be a big, huge flop, or where do you place it? Michael, you start.
I personally am a little biased, especially for Italian players, but I personally would keep Fagioli.
A quick question. I will provoke you. I will provoke you. Are you satisfied with what he offered this season at the moment?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And I feel that he is getting more discouraged with himself. You could see it, like you said, he has like some look on his face where you could just see he's not quite happy. I feel maybe there's obviously some speculation, but maybe he is a little bit bitter, seeing that other players are getting opportunity, like Locatelli, like Thuram, so maybe he is saying, like, why am I on this back burner, especially with this injury crisis going on. So I wouldn't sell him. We're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't, because it's pure profit if we do sell him, and we do need money to fix other places. But then for the price that you sell Fagioli, what do you get with the money? You know what I'm trying to say? If we sell him for 30 mil, what do you on it? What decent player could you buy with $30 million nowadays? So that's
Paolo will
where
tell
I
us.
stand.
Who do we buy with 30 million?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much. Locatelli goes down. You're going to wish you didn't keep Fagioli. You try and sell Fagioli in January, you're not going to get enough for him for what he's worth, what his ceiling is. Teams are going to lowball you because they know you're desperate. If we didn't have all these injuries and we weren't desperate to move anybody, we probably wouldn't be talking about this. And now because we've got this dilemma of personnel on the bench, it's grabbing the most accessible body to see what you can get for them and not thinking about the long-term cost. I think he needs minutes. He hasn't looked great, but I still believe he's one of the few guys who can really walk through the middle and distribute in many ways and stay calm and move around and create. And I think we've seen flashes, but I don't think we've seen enough of it, but he needs more minutes to do so. And he also needs wingers that are a little closer. Like when he went out to in Lecce, he's actually walking over to the sideline to find a couple of other guys to pass with to create a triangle. So we can't spread the field so much and leave him in the middle on his own. So I think there's a lot of issues here, and I don't think selling him for an undervalued price is going to solve anything. That's, I guess, my point.
You speak about 30. Guys, if I'm really honest with you, from what I hear, 20 is already a price that Juve would accept. No, I tell you what I hear. Then I'm not here to tell you I agree or not, but when you're saying 30, you're going with a high price. We will not reach 30. It's a player, don't forget, it's a player that has a lot of potential, yes, but comes from a year of inactivity where at the moment he didn't show. Don't forget, because it's a player that we love. It's an Italian player that grew up with us in the youth. If you are speaking about talent only, you see the qualities in the kid. He showed it. But how consistently did he show it?
Not enough. Not enough.
True,
but you saw him. But during Milan, you saw him walk into. He carried the ball in Milan from halfway to the top of the box and almost got a shot off. No one else is doing that. So I agree.
No. I agree with you guys. He's a total different player. He has the skills that we don't have in our team. If we could keep him, I would be extremely happy. I don't want to sell him. But it's true that if you are really judging like, okay, 20, 30, we are in love with him. We know the potential. But if you are another club, you need to think also rationally and not being BS like Michael. Like saying, okay, the guy is 24. He will be 24 in, I think it's February. 24. It's a player that missed an entire year because of himself. Don't forget about that. Are we sure that everything is okay now or not? We don't know. We at Juve, we know, but what about the other clubs? They don't know because they don't know him. So it's a risk that you are taking. Don't forget about that. It's a player that at the moment came back, is not playing with continuity. So 30 million is impossible. But if you sell him for, let's say, 20, 25, you know that these 20, 25, they go immediately, pure cash in your bank. Why? If you sell, let's say, Douglas Luiz, if you want to make a 20 million profit, you need to sell him for 70 million euro today, which is impossible. That's the huge big difference why it's more advantage to sell a Fagioli at 25 than a Douglas Luiz at 70, because you lose in selling Douglas Luiz. That's the reasoning now in an emergency situation. Then we agree, all of us, that if we could keep him, I would be extremely happy. But that's Fagioli situation, guys.
So, Bep, would you sell him for 20, or would you wait for December to see the end of December to see who's coming back, and then decide if you are desperate to sell him and you believe you can use that 20?
I don't believe, with the experience I have of Mercato, I don't believe in you sell one player, who do you replace him with the same value? We started that discussion with who do you sell for 20 million euro. I don't believe in that because indeed with 20, with 30, you don't have enough money. So it's who else can you sell? Who else can you do business with to have some money to go for the positions that you need? Who are the positions that you need? In the mind of Giuntoli, he needs to do 2 defenders. He speaks about 1, but I can tell you he goes for 2 defenders. Maybe 1 on loan, 1 permanent. The 1 permanent is really one that he wants to believe in. Maybe even if it's a younger one, but 1 for the future. But that's 1 name, and then 1 on loan. He's always saying we count on Milik, we count on Milik, we count on Milik. But if he has the opportunity, he's also thinking about an offensive player. We have a bit of budget for January that we put aside because we want to do something for an offensive player. Let's see where they will shift it, where they will go on it. Now, it's true that if Thiago Motta is telling you, okay, you can sell Fagioli, but then I need another midfielder, maybe then Giuntoli will say, okay, I can't give you an extra midfielder. So, instead of going for another striker, we just limit ourselves to 2 defenders, and that's it. No striker, no midfielder, but we keep Fagioli. So it can go it can really go all the directions. It's tough. What I would do with Fagioli, I said it in the beginning of the season. For me, this is the season where Locatelli needs to answer, Vlahovic needs to answer, and Fagioli needs to answer. They all need to answer, of course. Every single game they need to show cope manners. They all need to. But there are 3 players that are carrying a bit, and there are these 3 players. Because one of the huge salary, and because he's 24, and because he's Dusan Vlahovic, and because it was the excuse of Max Allegri, and now he needs to show. And then you have Locatelli, and he's at the moment answering. Fagioli not yet. So on the other side, if we wait too much, he will be 30, and then we will miss also on the 20 millions.
And we don't have his side of the story either. We might have a Fagioli who's him and his family and his future. Maybe he's thinking about needing to start every game and maybe wanting to go somewhere where he can to save his career.
Oh yeah. But at the from the rumors I heard is he would love to play with more continuity. Yeah. Not in Italy. He prefers not to stay in Italy. That's something that I can tell from what I heard.
I could see him playing in the Premier League. As much as I don't really like the Premier League, I could see him doing what Tonali did and playing there. I wouldn't like that though, but
Premier League is a tough challenge. Huh? Look at what Chiesa is having there.
Very physical. He would get a lot of hard knocks in the midfield.
You see, Tonali is much more physical than.
Yeah, he's very tough. Yeah.
I'm laughing because Michael said I see, and then I'm looking. I see. I don't see Michael at all. I just see a black rectangle here.
I'm so sorry. I'm looking around and I'm trying to turn the lights on. I don't want to start my car because I don't know if it's gonna screw up the audio for everyone. So I don't really know what to do. Right now, I'm just in an empty parking lot. So I don't know
sometimes we see some teats that are speaking there, but we don't see a lot of Michael. But we saw you earlier. It's okay, Michael. Stay but just stay like that. Don't stay in the middle of the -0.
Well, it's actually not that bad outside.
Okay, make a wall, and then next time, because we will do it more, you can jump on a lie also from home. Okay, guys, I spoke about Fagioli, I spoke about Danilo. Ask me, guys, about Mercato. We are there in Mercato. Ask the question, I will try to answer with what I have at today on the 2nd of December.
Maybe one of my questions would be, who would you... Disaster, guys. Woodbridge traffic. Oh my God.
It's okay, we hear you. You hear. Tell us.
Who would you buy and who would you sell? Very generic question.
I don't know. I was thinking that you wanted more information about what was going on with Juve, about the Mercato. If you want my opinion, who I would buy, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. The guy, Antonio Silva, looks like a really beautiful player. It could be a really good one. The problem is that you have from Porto in Benfica, they are playing their game, and they are telling us that he's not for sale now. If you want him, you need to pay the close of 100 million euro. Then is it a game? Is it not a game? Because he wants, to go higher with the request. That's Rui Costa. We know him. He already did it in the past. So it could be, do we go for Hansko? He's another beautiful player, but do we have enough money? Look, I always told you here on the channel that a few months ago there was a clear objective, or selling Dusan already in January and going with a big name already in January to replace Dusan, a big calma, but an important player to be the number 9 of Juve, or you keep Dusan and you find that vice Vlahovic that could also play there left, right, a bit what Sancho would have been. That was the intention, but now the situation changed totally. So it's not because you have more players to replace that suddenly you have more money. So you will need to split and divide, and that's what I have a lot of difficulties, and I'm sure June told you as well. Where do you put the money on? But the defender needs to come, is obliged to come. Today I heard, ragazzi, because I see Matthew in the chat is saying Osimhen. Today I heard that there are thinking at Juve to go with really not a C plan for the striker, but nearly a E plan or a F plan to bridge 6 months. Can you guess the name, seriously, that I heard today? It's not something, it's not a done deal, it's not really serious, but it's a name that is circulating since a few days now that has not been public yet. Who is that name? No, it's not Benjamin Sesko. I didn't tell you a plan. I told you E, F, that kind of plan. Can you guess the name that I heard today?
Not a chance.
For January, yeah? It's not Berardi.
It's not Xerxes again.
Zirkzee would not be a F
I
plan.
hope it's not Berardi.
Zirkzee can be considered, if Zirkzee would come, it could be considered A or B plan. But
What, Raspadori? I wouldn't like him on Juventus, to be honest.
no, I heard about that name today.
Immobile.
Oh my god.
But seriously, but I'm not saying that Immobile will come tomorrow.
Totti.
Totti's training hard at home to come. No, but look, guys, this is what, unfortunately, the injuries are getting us to. If you want to keep Fagioli, not you, Giuntoli, Juve, you want to keep Fagioli, you cannot sell. You know, even if you sell Bangula for 8-9 million euro, you need to reinforce the back. You need to reinforce the back, and that's the kind of player in that area, in that zone that you will get. Now, there is one thing. Immobile, if he moves from Besiktas, where he's really considered a king, he scores a lot of goals there, he would join Juve, but he would ask 18 months contract. While Juve, if they would go for him, they would go for 6 months. That's the big difference. But Immobile, if it would go, he would run. He would leave Turkey. He would love to, finishing that story that he started 20 years ago. He would love to. Well, how would you react if tomorrow we have Immobile there as Vice Vlahovic for 6 months or 18 months?
I would be so disappointed. I think at that point, again, jokingly, you should have just signed Balotelli or something like that. If you're going to sign Immobile, at least Balotelli's way better. You get a little bit of some comedic relief too, because he's always doing something. And he's a baller. But Immobile back to Juve, oh my God.
On the other side, Immobile is scoring a lot of goals. He's doing really well at Besiktas, while Balotelli with Genoa, not really.
I was never a fan of Immobile, but
I'm the same. I don't like Immobile.
yeah.
What about you, Paolo?
I take a pylon over Immobile.
I think that Paolo, he's thinking. He's already making the calculation.
I'm trying to figure out how much. Like, if it's very cheap and doesn't impact another move or two,
it would be really, really cheap. Really cheap.
Then get him on the bench. Like, honestly, we need people on the bench. When we were in Lecce and we had a couple of young kids up there, it just showed how thin we are. I can't believe we have so few players, whether they're good or not, whether they're starting players or not. We have so few anyway. So I would take him if he's very cheap. I think you have to assume the next year will probably produce very little. He'll be more of a cheerleader. I think you need bodies right now. And if you got Immobile for nothing, get him on the bench. Try and get some positive stories around this team. We have to make Champions League. And if we don't make Champions League or the final 16, we're going to lose a lot of money that we can't afford to lose. That I'm suspicious Giuntoli has already spent. And we need bodies. So if Immobile's cheap, why not?
You see,
It's that or nothing.
There are more people than unexpected that are saying, why not?
There's no one
Michael is not happy.
I'd rather give the chance to a young kid.
Oh, so would I.
If you're gonna look like to have Immobile on the bench, even if he's for free, personally for me, it's too much, because you're gonna have to pay a salary, and he's not gonna come here for $1 million to play for. He's definitely gonna want something more, and at that point, I'd rather give 2 kids $1 million and have them do whatever they want. At least if they screw up, it's better than relying on Immobile, which doesn't really send a good message to the fans. You know, we already are annoyed with, or some people are annoyed with the transfers that we are making or lack of making or trying to do and not trying to do. So signing a player like Immobile just, I don't know, doesn't scream
Look.
excitement.
And we might have Milik back. So if Milik rises from the dead and stays healthy, he scored some goals last year.
Yeah,
He didn't
it's
get
true.
a lot of chances, but he puts them in. He's good with his head. He's tall, physical. We're missing height. So
Yeah, he's a very grimy player, which
Yeah.
is good. We need those players.
And I
on
want
the
us to
team.
make decisions when we have Milik, and we can make a decision not out of desperation, but out of complementing.
Yeah, and you don't want to tie your hands too for the next season or the seasons like to come.
Like Skriniar, he's
Yeah.
going to want big money for several years, and it'll be their
And
problem will be our
We're going to
problem.
be in jail.
I have
Exactly. We don't want that.
about Skriniar. That's what you mentioned, huh, right? Skriniar. From what I know, no, it's at the moment. Then tomorrow, Mercato is crazy. Everything can change. But at today, Skriniar is not an option. By the way, he received a beautiful offer from Saudi Arabia. He could leave to Saudi Arabia for 20 million euro a year, which Juventus cannot give him, and they don't even want to give him that money. Look, I'm really, really, really surprised by the reaction of the chat. I was thinking that they were ready to throw tomatoes at me as soon as I would say the word or the
And me
name
too.
Immobile, and actually, and Michael as well. But the people they say, oh, you know what? Why not? Of course, it's look. I'm not an Immobile fan. I have never been. Not even when he was at Lazio, which was his dimension. He was doing really well at Lazio. I know that he's a real hero there, and he totally deserves it. But I have never been a huge Immobile fan. You know when I was an Immobile fan? When he was playing with our youth. And of course, when it's your youth academy player, you want him to do well. But except of that, no. And by the way, he was fantastic with our youth. He was a really, really great talent with the youth. And then things happened which actually he couldn't stay and confirm himself. But then, of course, if you tell me, look, these are the two defenders that we bring you. Let's say, I'm just inventing names, huh? Antonio Silva plus a left back, and we have an Immobile because Milik already started to play some games in the end of December, beginning of January. I will swallow it a bit easier than when you tell me Immobile plus I don't know, like Kivior and Dragujin on loan, because then I'm telling, okay, we go with loan, and then how are we reinforcing? Because then we are going towards the Alcaraz Jaló deal of last year, instead of going with a big name or an important name to support the team. So it depends, it depends what you give me as the main course, the first plate, and then the dessert. If it's a complete beautiful one, I can accept it. Otherwise, it will be extremely difficult. But no, people are happy. Except of Michael, people are happy with the Immobile.
Yeah, I don't think our January transfer window is going to be a 5-course meal.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But, I mean, I'm very optimistic. With like an older player, it kind of, for me anyways, it just kind of goes against of what they were trying to say. The message, we were trying to get younger. Like, they keep reporting how we're fielding all, like, the youngest team in Champions League and Italian history. We're fielding this, we're fielding that. And then you need experience, which I understand, but I just don't see the silver lining too much in signing an older striker and then kind of relying on him. We do that with Milik, and then we kind of got screwed with that. So
We're in a bad spot.
I start
We're
seeing
not
the tomatoes.
We're not in a position of power.
I start seeing the tomatoes in the chat. Huh? You didn't give us choice. It's Immobile or nothing. Oh no! Oh, me. It's not Beppe that is giving you the choice. That's what I heard today. Look, I heard from the defenders. I heard the names of do you know Bella Kotchap? He's now playing at Southampton. He played also the World Cup with Germany in 2022. He played. He was there. He was there somewhere in the team. Not that he really played. Yeah. But that's a name that Juventus is monitoring, so pay attention to him. Bella Kotchap. Can I share something here? Maybe, yes.
Well, they're going to get relegated probably, right? I think they're at the bottom.
Yeah. But
So
but we already did something with Southampton. Do you remember? It was Alcaraz, and then at the end, they wanted 50 million if we wanted to sign him. But so yeah, bravo. But no, it's not Bella Ketchup. It's Bella Kotchap. Bella Kotchap, not Bella Ketchup. But that's the name that is there. We have Antonio Silva. Kivior is still there. Draguzin, but Draguzin is really difficult from Tottenham because they don't really want to let him go. Look at that. Look at here. Who do we have here? Our boy, our friend. Ciao grande. Bogdan.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. How are you doing? Look at that. A beautiful shirt. 92 version.
Beautiful.
No, that's
Yeah, I just-
that's not the 92. That's the Intercontinental. That's 96. Ah, bravo. 96, 97. Intercontinentale. We won that trophy a few days ago. Yeah, a few years ago. But on this day, yeah, I remember. With a fantastic goal of Alessandro Del Piero in Japan.
Yes. I got it from the membership subscription that I waited 5 months for it.
You said, I want to enter. I want to join. Let me come in. Because you heard the name, of course, of Immobile.
Exactly.
Give me your thoughts about that one, about Immobile. We want to know everything.
Well, I would say yes, especially
yeah?
for the dirty wins. I would say yes.
Michael, it's two against two, huh? Now.
I was just gonna say, we need one more person to break the tie.
Look, now in all honesty, who else could come? Of course, because I started to read the chat, and the chat was telling, Beppe, you know what? We need to bring who was it? Šeško. Yeah, guys, I would love as well to bring Šeško, but it's not possible. It is not possible. It's simply unrealistic to think about a name like Šeško at the moment, especially not in January. Because why should they sell it to you? And for how many money? We don't have that money. So it is simply impossible to go for him like Šeško up front.
How much money do we have, Beppe? How much money do you think Giuntoli has before selling somebody
Honestly,
and using that
There is no money.
in January?
Honestly, there is no money.
So it doesn't matter what we think. I mean, I'm sure Giuntoli and Mota have a short list of some really obscure players that they might be able to pull in.
Look, but it's really simple. Huh? There is one
knows?
target for Juve. The target is 26, 27. In that year, we need to be break-even with our books. Then, 1 year you can spend a bit more. Then, if you spend a bit too much, the other year you need to spend less or sell a bit more. You need to invest a bit more in your youth, to recuperate of money. Because now a lot of people are saying, but you did the Mercato for 200 million. Yeah, but we sold for 200 million as well. We are nearly break-even there. So, it's not that we lost that much, but we didn't win either. And we need to balance the books again, or with revenues or whatever. So, at the moment, the plan was to bring a Vice Vlahovic or a Vlahovic if Vlahovic would be sold. And if you are able to sell Vlahovic, you're saving a lot in terms of salary. But now with the injury situation, probably you will invest a bit of money. But of course, you cannot go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's impossible. Bogdan, Vlahovic, when will he extend? Because he didn't extend. And by the way, today I heard some words from also Giuntoli that said something important for about Vlahovic. Huh?
Well, I'm afraid about Giuntoli. I'm afraid that we might be heading towards Dybala case, because I was fearing also for Yildiz, but out of the open he signed. But I'm fearing that we might be heading towards that, and if he doesn't give up on his how can I say this, demands, we might be seeing him off.
Okay. Guys,
I don't know.
I just received a message, so I will leave you with 3 of you. Continue the discussion about Vlahovic for like 2 minutes. I come back. I leave you the 3 of you. I remove myself.
Sure. Who's going to pick up Vlahovic, guys? Who's going to want to pay $425,000 a week? in this market?
Maybe the Premier League teams.
A Premier League team for sure. But
And what would you get for him? What do we think he's worth? I don't know. He's injured. I consider him. I rate him pretty strongly. But what do you think we could get for him realistically?
what I think we can get for him and what I would want to sell him for are two
Exactly.
different things.
Two answers.
What I think we can get for him is easy. Oh, my AirPods are dead. What I think we can get from him is at least, I think, close to 50 more. But I think we have a price to 65%. But again, no one's paying.
Yeah, sorry, Michael. We're not getting all your audio, but I think you were saying you're realistic about 50, and you would be happy with something like 65, maybe.
Sorry, I couldn't. I thought my AirPods died, but I guess not because I didn't hear anything. Sorry.
No problem. What were your two numbers? 50 is what you think, and 65 or something is what you'd like.
Yeah, ideally, yes.
Bogdan, what's on your mind with Vlahovic? What do you think the numbers look like?
I don't think we'll get much more above 50 million.
I agree.
It's something like that, something around 50 million, more or less. If we can manage to get 60, I think it's almost close to a jackpot.
Yeah.
For it.
And will we have to pay some of that salary? So if they're going to give us this amount, they take a bit back to cover his salary for next year,
Exactly.
which will still be an expense for a new club.
Exactly. Yeah, it would be the more salary he demands, the less the value that the club will pay to us in order to get him.
Yeah, because we have less leverage, right?
Exactly.
The other clubs aren't stupid. They know that we're kind of hurting right now. So any way that they can chisel us, they're going to. And we've been seeing this. So I feel for our market, we need to think very smart because even with like Luis, didn't really pan out. Coal Miners right now is not really panning out. Mind you, I feel like he's going to do great things. But we need to kind of take a little step back, try and get some players that aren't maybe crazy names, big names, but that are willing to roll up their sleeves and
And we're going to need to replace Vlahovic if we lose him. Like if he goes, we have some spending money, but what do we get to replace him? Is it a Jonathan David? How much does he want?
Well, Jonathan David might be an option.
He'll be free, and there'll be a bidding war. But there'll be a bidding war, I guess.
Yeah, probably so. Mostly it would be decided upon salary with Jonathan David, and of course the standing of Juve when the league will be over to see where Juve is situated versus other competition teams. I mean, like if we out of let's say worst case scenario we don't reach top 4, then probably Jonathan David will surely go to a UCL team.
Yeah, I come back. I was there for 5 minutes. I come back and you already put us out of the top 4.
Yeah, a lot's happened, Beppe, since you were gone. We were talking about how much do we think we'd get for Vlahovic? What would we like to get for him? How do we replace him? And what does it mean to get these players in the summer if we're not making top 4? And what if we don't return to the Champions League? Because you could argue the way we're playing, we're going down the tables. Ties. By the end, they take you all the way down. So that's where we were.
60 million in January is gone. In the summer, even less. I'm telling you what Juventus would accept. Huh?
Exactly what we all three of us thought.
No, but
60 would be the jackpot.
We thought 50 would be realistic because
Yeah.
everybody knows we're a position of no power.
It's true. It's true.
and he's expensive. 425,000 a week.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money for Dusan. Now, Dusan never started that well in terms of score production, in terms of goals. Satisfied about Dusan or not? Or maybe you already answered. Maybe we can already go to the next topic.
We didn't answer that.
Nah, maybe it's time to answer. Michael, I see you smiling. Dusan.
Sorry, I'm having trouble. My AirPods are dying and my AirPods are dead, and my phone is at like 3%, which is why I was smiling because I didn't want to cut you off, but I was gonna say before my phone dies, I just wanted to say like my goodbyes. Thank you, Beppe, for allowing me to come on here. I just want to say thank you guys for being so nice and helping me and dealing with all this commotion that I got going on. So I want to say thank you. Hopefully I can come on again soon.
Of course, Michael is a hero, guys. At 0 degree, he was freezing, but he wanted to be here with us. Grazie, Michael. Really appreciate it, my friend.
My hands are as red as my shirt. I was kind of crying too while I was standing out there. I didn't know if the camera picked it up, but
thank you, Michael. See you soon, buddy. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
I know the real reason why he left. He didn't want to answer about Dusan Vlahovic. He could have just told us, yes, I'm happy or not, I'm not happy. He didn't want to answer. Who wants to take the responsibility to go over Dusan? Do you think, first of all, do you think that he will be there against Bologna? I don't know.
I don't believe anything they tell us. So I would say no unless I see him. I say no unless I see him like Jesus. If he comes to me, then I believe. I mean, I believe otherwise without seeing Jesus, of course. But for an analogy, I have to see the man to believe he's going to show up.
You know, the problem is that because you said that I don't believe anything they say to us. You know what is really worrying? That nobody's saying nothing. We don't know.
Exactly.
I don't trust that either.
That's really worrying me more than I see when I believe him or no, I believe when I see him. We don't hear anything. I don't know. Honestly, today I don't know. Usually I know a bit, more up front. I don't know. I have no idea who could come back against Bologna. I don't know for McKennie. I don't know for Douglas Luiz. I don't know for Dusan Vlahovic. And that starts to be really worrying because Weah, that did a beautiful season with us at the moment. You see that when he's playing there up front, he's struggling as well. I don't think it's because of the position, because he could according to me, could even do well in certain moments in that position. The problem is that whoever is playing in that position is really struggling. Vlahovic or Weah, but it's really problematic. It's really problematic. So if we can have a Dusan Vlahovic as soon as possible, it would not be bad. A Bologna that is really in form, because they needed a bit of time to adapt to Italiano. They lost a lot of important players like Zirkzee, Ferguson injured, Calafiori, but they are back on track. So pay attention for the game of the 7th. I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, but the 7th.
It's Saturday. It's
Saturday.
6 Italian time.
Yeah. So that will. I'm honestly today. I don't know who we will recuperate, but I'm a bit afraid of the game of Bologna. Honestly.
I'm afraid of them all. It's been 0-0, 1-1. It's been a disaster every game. I don't assume 3 points from anybody. Again, until I see them more active in offense, until I see Mota actually change things during this project, where now's the year, Mota, for you to try different crazy things. Don't hang on to what we have and let it kind of just get all the life pulled out of it. I think we need to see more from him. So
I don't want to enter the Mota is better than Allegri is better than Mota, because these discussions, I think anyway. But it's true that you have a huge, big debate about a lot of people that are giving up on Mota. They are asking themselves if he was the right coach or not. Are you reconsider your opinion on Mota or not? What is your opinion about the project? Or are you defending him because we are missing so many players? What is your point on him, Bogdan? You want to start?
Yes, I think we should go with Mota because he has the potential there. As of course we are seeing like the Allegri pattern, like I probably you have saw after the Lecce game. I was very, very fired up about it. I was like Allegri 3.0, but anyway, we were all pretty upset after the game. But the potential is there. But he needs to take the chances, to take the risk. At the moment, we are playing, as you said, balanced, but without the risk. And one topic, one point there you said about where okay, he plays well, but he's not adequate for the role that he's playing as a striker. He can't. He would probably play a little better if he had someone like, I don't know, maybe Milik as a target man there to receive the balls like Mandzukic back in the days.
Until 2019 or 2020. Yeah.
2020.
Indeed. Yeah.
20 was the Sarri.
The
Sarri
Sarri
season.
era, and then he left.
Yeah.
And then-
I was very upset. That's the moment when our Sarri was not my favorite person anymore.
Marcus Thuram just said, 2 hours ago, he said, because he was there as well at il Gran Gala del Calcio, he said Kefren was angry because he missed that goal against Lecce, and he said, I was not. So he was happy actually that his brother missed the goal. Just to give you some information that are arriving here. The words of Teun Koopmeiners to Sky Sport. He said about the moment of Juve, there are things that we want to do better. Wait 1 second, because my cat is going crazy. Wait 1 second. McFly! McFly! McFly!
Well, yes. His brother might be happy that his team is winning at the moment and playing well, and of course he's very happy that his brother missed, because he knows that Kefren is Lilian's favorite son, and he's trying to do everything to get his father's attention.
Yeah.
So that might be a little bit.
And Beppe, I'm not Mota out. I'm in Mota. I'm here for the project. I wish him the best. I'm excited about this year of opportunity. I'm going to put some responsibility on him, though, in the meantime. And by that, I mean every week we get kind of a new surprise from our team. They did this well. They did this poorly. I've never seen that. It didn't work out. I saw that. That was terrible. Oh, this is happening again. There's something new each time, because when they went to Aston Villa, I felt like Mota had them well prepared. And I believe that first 70 minutes, we had the starting 11 to get up 1-0. I didn't know if it would last, but I think Mota had them calm, well prepared, organized. So I'm excited about what he brings to the organization, but I think it's very difficult to not see Yildiz playing center striker, to see the wings so far out to the sides, to be a little stubborn with how he manages the middle, instead of taking more chances. And I guess when I mean it's the project, now's your time to try things, I sincerely mean he's got nothing to lose. I think to an extent this year is the year, and against Lecce, to try very interesting things. Surprise yourself, surprise your players, surprise the other team. So I want to see more variety and creativity out of him, to be honest, because I think ultimately it's up to him.
He cannot solve everything from one game to another without recuperating all the players. But if there is one thing that you want to see against Bologna that we didn't see, don't tell me the win of the 3 points, because of course we all want that. But if there's one thing really from the way of playing that we missed, it can be defensively, it can be offensively, what are you asking to Motta? If you have the opportunity to meet him now on the street, you say, Motta, change this for the game against Bologna.
Is that for both of us? Do you want to go first, Bogdan?
You go first. I'm still gathering the thoughts.
Well, he would be running away because I wouldn't stop talking. And but I would say to him, please try Yildiz at the top in the middle. I think he's such a dangerous player.
As a number 10.
Yes, give him a try in the middle at the top. And maybe try starting Fagioli behind him with Coop and Thuram, so that we can move the ball through the little, and maybe bring the wings in a little closer so they're not so far away. We're a bit predictable when we're stuck out to the sides. And then I think halfway through he'd tell me he'd start walking.
So
away.
you play that 4-2-3-1 with Koopmeiners, Locatelli and Fagioli. No.
Yep. Loca and Cope So
Yeah.
Loca can help out Coop if Coop wants to cheat up.
Yeah.
Fagioli above them.
Yeah.
Yield is above them, right down the spine.
But you have a lot of players then.
Yeah, but that means no Thuram, right?
No,
For the
I know.
start.
Wait. Because you play with 3 midfielders. Koopmeiners,
Four.
Locatelli, Fagioli.
Yeah, Locatelli and Coop, and then Fagioli.
Yeah.
And then center and 2 wingers.
And then you play Yildiz as a 9.
Sorry, yeah, right in the middle at the top, yeah.
Ah, as a striker.
Yes.
Ah, okay. And then on the left you
Sorry.
put who? Where?
Yeah.
And
Or Mbangla, whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever is healthy.
Okay.
And then start Conceição. We're
Okay.
too predictable. Everybody goes to die in the top left and right corners.
And okay. I will not speak to my Bogdan. What would you ask to Thiago?
First of all, if we are talking about this scenario, what would be if Dusan was available or without Dusan available?
But even let's say even if he's available, he will not start.
If we're not start, I will go the same as Paulo's tactic with Yildiz up top. And of course, I would say, and Saraz pointed out well in the chat, the more aggressivity in the finish line.
And if he tells you, okay, we play
And more
like,
long shots. More long shots.
he can tell,
I don't see the long
okay.
shots.
We play with the team that you said. Great, I'm happy, but I keep my ball possession. I keep my dominance there. We continue to play with extremely wide wingers because they need to do the job there. So we try to find the left, we try to find the right. And in terms of aggressivity, our players are tired. You saw them. After 60 minutes, they were out.
Well, you can blame also that there are a lot of games at the moment, but maybe this is not one of the big excuses. But it's kind of out there, 20% there. It matters. And yes, more. If I say, okay, you want to keep your position, I understand, but lean it towards the opposition. Move your position towards the box, because if we keep playing like we did right now and like we did in the past, just moving the ball like you're playing handball, I think it's called the sports.
That's true.
You have to move the ball into the box a bit more.
Give me the top 2 players of this season right now. After how much do we play? 19 games already. Yeah, 14 in Serie A and 4 in Champions League. 5 in Champions League. 19 games. So top 2, and then the 2 players that you expected more that are not doing well.
I will go first. One
sure.
would be Locatelli as top, and
Yeah.
might be also. I'm not in favor, but Perrin or Di Gregorio are my second spot, because the 2 goalkeepers they did well. Especially Perrin, that was in way more top games he did than Di Gregorio, but that was the outcome of the game.
But look,
Yeah.
hold on. Then we will continue. We'll also ask to Paolo. But Perin Di Gregorio, is it a topic that we need to go through at today on the 2nd of December? Is it a starting topic now, Paolo, or not?
As in, do we sell one of them?
No,
Or as
no,
in,
no, not selling. But who starts, who does not start? Is the manager, or are we doing the right thing or not? Or because I see a lot of people saying Perin is doing probably the best season of his career. He needs to start. He needs to be the number 1, or not.
I think we brought Di Gregorio in to start. So I think you give him the job. I think you keep rotating because we're lucky to have 2 really, really good goaltenders. But what I do like about Perin is that he's more vocal.
Mm-hmm.
He has shows some leadership at the back, and he comes up high out of his box and uses his feet a lot. And one of the ways that we wanted to create would be to get the goalie to move in and be like the 3rd center back, send the 2 center backs out here, and send your outside backs all the way high and keep them there.
Something
So
that we didn't see a lot this season. That's strange.
No.
Yeah? We didn't see
So I
it.
like Perin's feet. I love the way he works with his feet, and he's a bit of a commander at the back. So I do like that.
You know what is really, really strange to me is that okay, we didn't sign Di Gregorio only because of his footwork, but also at least this has been sold to us like that, and Perin was less good with his foot, and now we see actually Perin doing better with the feet than Di Gregorio. That has been really surprising to me. And then honestly, Perin had more chances to show the level of goalkeeper he is than probably Di Gregorio. Because I think that if there is something missing to Di Gregorio, it's probably that Stuttgart game. The game where you're saving everything. You know, hopefully we don't see too many of them, because at the end we lost against Stuttgart, and I don't like when we are conceding a lot of shots on target. But it's true that there Perin had a game where he saves a penalty. He was there. He was on every single ball. I think that if we are looking at Di Gregorio, what is the save that we remember from Di Gregorio? The one against Napoli. That's it at the moment? Or is there more from Di Gregorio? We didn't see him enough. That's, I think, why people are starting with, let's play Perin instead of Di Gregorio. I said it last time. We have a luxury problem there. We have two good goalkeepers. I don't mind who's starting. But it's true that we are missing maybe the game where Di Gregorio is showing like, oh, I can do exactly the same. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I think you're right. At the moment, the both goalkeepers are very good, and yes, I agree. I saw more in Perin with the footwork than Di Gregorio. As we all know, in the summer we all thought we bring Di Gregorio. We saw all the tactics that he can go up and help the defense with his footwork. Now, like you said, I see more on Perin, and I see more the leadership of Perin more than I see at Di Gregorio, and probably that I think that's something for a first season player, that he needs to see the whole season to understand, to adapt. And probably maybe he's a little bit, I don't know, maybe not shy, but the idea is there that okay, I'm new here, I might not want to break a little bit about the chemistry of the team. It's like, the new guy is coming here starting to scream. And Perin, if he's already there, he knows his way around and the players, and
Perin
he is one
played
of them.
at the moment one game in Champions League. It was against Stuttgart, and then he played in Serie A 4 games. Actually, in Champions League, no, he played 2 games in Champions League because he entered against Leipzig as well. So it's already 6 games on 19 in total. Today, I would not speak about Perin like a second goalkeeper, especially now with the rotation. I will more speak about a 1.5. Then some people are saying, hey, I'm feeling a bit sad for him because, after all these years wasted on the bench. Don't forget that Perin had a huge, big injury to the back that actually slowed him down a lot. Also, on loan, he came from Genoa, then he went again on loan. He came to Juve being a bit younger. You had some monuments up front end because you still had a Gianluigi Buffon, Szczesny, that was a real number 1, and also with Allegri that was less eager to change when it was not needed. He didn't want to just change a goalkeeper. And now he's showing that he's really a number 1. Then, again, I'm happy with that non-existing problem at the moment, even if it's true that if Perin continue with these performances, at short term, it could be that at a certain moment, because today they are happy. One is playing, the other one is resting, then today there are no problems. But then when you are a goalkeeper, it's a really strange position. It's not that you play, you don't play. You're fighting for one spot only. At a certain moment, it could start to be problematic because you have too ambitious person that wants to start. So hopefully we can keep it like that in a really peaceful, harmonic way. Otherwise, we can create problems that are at the moment not existing. Who already gave up on Douglas Luiz? And then I give you an update about Douglas Luiz Mercato of the winter or the summer.
Just
Paolo,
a little. I'm frustrated with him because I do watch Premier League as well. I know how valuable he was with Aston Villa. he had Kamara behind him, I think, and he really settled in under Emery's system. He was a real leader. He was up high. He was moving the ball around, very physical. He had such a great couple of years, almost no injuries, started every game. Me, like everybody, was very excited to see him come.
Yeah, he played 57 games last season.
We got his girlfriend as a deal, which I always find strange, but okay. But a couple of things I found weird about him, and one was that when they Aston Villa played Man U last year, he scored a goal to tie it, and it was a big game, rivalry game, and he did a dance in front of Onana. He did this dance right in front of his face, almost like taunting, right? Which was a bit unusual. Anyway, Man U went on to score and win that game, but recently in a Champions League game, I think it was where we scored on the rebound, or no, maybe it was Lazio. We scored on a rebound. He runs into the net, grabs the ball, and kicks the ball away into the stands on his own, running off like a crazy guy. Now, that doesn't mean anything really. But what I'm curious about is he very emotional? Is he having a really mixed experience? Is he mentally as well as physically not certain about his decision? So I wonder about him, and I'm not ready to give up because I want to see him play. Like you said, Pepe, let me see them play before I judge anybody. But I don't know where he is, and it's a problem. It's a big problem.
I don't know how you were able to keep your seriousness while I'm showing you Ranieri that goes totally crazy at Roma. Of course, it's a Photoshop of the face of Ranieri on the one of Pep Guardiola. But it's a really funny picture that I just saw on Twitter.
I'm worried.
I'm
worried about him.
I get it. I get perfectly what you say. I think that I'm totally aligned with you on Douglas Luiz. It's a player that I really wanted. I was also happy for once we take a player that is at the peak of his career from Premier League to Serie A. That was an important one to me because it's not an end of career player that you bring, or a player that is injured that you are bringing in, or a player that is not playing. You know, like for example, McTominay, that at the end is a fantastic deal for Napoli. If you bring him, it's because he's not playing with Manchester United. You know what I mean? While the other one was playing and they just achieved Champions League and you are able to sign him. So it was a really beautiful one in terms of you go and you sign that player. A player that also in terms of qualities was really doing well, was playing with continuity without injuries. He comes to Juve. I had a lot of hopes for him. I can understand that it's difficult for him to adapt in the beginning. And then he disappears. Also a bit of bad luck. That was simultaneously also with that situation privately because, the house was robbed and so on. So too many stories already for a player that we didn't see on the field. And when we saw him, he didn't do well. So I didn't give up at all on Douglas. What you said earlier, I confirm it. I would love to see him before saying it's a flop. It happens, guys. It's not my best friend. I don't know him. I don't care, But at least I would love to see because I'm convinced about the qualities.
Then you have a choice with Fagioli, right? If Douglas Luiz is doing a great job above Locatelli or wherever you put him, then you can decide on the investment of Fagioli. And I would lose Fagioli reluctantly, but I would feel a bit better if the replacement or the new player that came in was really helpful to us in the situation we're in. And Luiz was already there doing a good job as an option. So it's a tough one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What a year so far.
Hey, no, it's tough.
Whatever could go wrong is going wrong. Knock on wood.
So the situation of Douglas Luiz, we are not able to sell him in January. There is no way. So
maybe a loan.
A loan could be something that could be taken into a consideration, but more a loan, with a strong possibility to buy as well from the other club. That could be a formula for him. Even if Juventus at the moment they don't want to sell him at today. If really, then they would go with a possible loan with an option to buy because they cannot do losing money on him that just joined. That's just impossible. And in the winter, finding a club for Douglas Luiz, that will be able to spend, that money. The 50 million euro would be impossible. So I don't think that he will leave in January. From some sources, they were telling me that no, he's not moving in January at all. They are counting on him. Then again, it will be Fagioli that is on the market. Then if nothing is happening for Fagioli, if Douglas Luiz is still not recuperating, then something could possibly happen. Then I heard from someone that told me, yeah, but he doesn't like Torino. That's what I heard in a rumor. I believe everything. But on the other side, if you tell me, I don't like Torino because you come from London, I could understand it. That you come from New York or that you come from Roma, I could understand it, even if Torino is one of my favorite cities. But if you are coming from Birmingham, I have been there in Birmingham, ragazzi. Birmingham, you cannot say I don't like Torino when you come from Birmingham. That makes totally no sense. So no, I don't believe that there is a problem of understanding the city, especially because he's a South American player. So no, it makes no sense. Let's see. Before judging or giving up, I would wait. No, Sasha, he didn't say that. These are some rumors that are circulating together with the rumors that are saying that he is not really injured. I can guarantee you that he's injured.
But he hasn't said anything. And
he didn't say anything.
Clear about this. So unfortunately, you hear things, and that's all you have. And if he steps forward and saying, "I'm so excited, I'm looking forward to my chances, I'm almost ready, I'm so enthusiastic about this year still, I can't wait to help out the guys who are struggling," but there's nothing.
No, there is not.
Fans, what can fans do?
There is a player that is a problem, and I tell you, it will not even be easy to make him go in January in this Arthur. So the latest news about Arthur are that he's saying no to loans. He doesn't want to go on loan. There are some interest from clubs that are speaking with the agent. Arthur is saying no. There was a possibility even to go to Napoli in the beginning, but they invested on Gilmour. They want to recuperate. They want to have the max out of Gilmour, so they will not even go to Arthur, because there were the voices again of Arthur. Maybe there was an interest, because there was an interest in the summer. They went for Gilmour and they want to continue with that. So Arthur to Napoli, no. But he says it clearly, I don't want to go with another loan. So Juventus is starting to enter in the idea of doing a minusvalenza. You have the plusvalenza, which is profit, and then you have the minusvalenza for people that are watching, that is actually losing. Which clubs, they really take it as the last decision on earth, because that's really ugly to have on your books. Losing the capital, the value of a player that you invested, that's a no-go. That's really the last thing. But Juventus is starting to enter in that possibility to have a minusvalenza on Arthur, because he doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to move, and he said, no, I don't want to go on another loan. There were some offers from Brazil. It's not a typical Brazilian, like, for example, we spoke about Danilo, but how many Brazilians, they want to go back home. He doesn't want to go to Brazil. There was some offer from Porto Alegre, but he doesn't want to go there because he played when he was younger in a competitor team. He doesn't want to go in Brazil. He doesn't want to go on loan. Como was not good enough for him. So we really have a problem there.
How old is he? Sorry.
I don't know. Guys, help us in the chat. The first
26, I think.
No.
He's 82 now. He's about 82, I think.
I think I think it's 29. Wait, let me
29.
check. I think it's 29, but I'm not sure. So let me check.
I mean, you'd imagine he wants to be playing.
Yeah, that was the topic I was going to.
28.
For.
But look at Sancho. Sancho's a guy who was happy to sit on the couch and get paid a lot of money.
Yeah,
Eventually
I don't understand. If you are a professional player, you want to make play on a professional labor. Maybe he's lost all of his determination, his aspiration towards, maybe the national team doesn't excite him anymore. And if you want to get there, you need to play. as we all know that.
28 is young, huh?
So I'm still wondering why would he not move just to play to gain that I don't know, maybe the Brazilian call-up, or because he's not a bad player
No, no, no.
in terms of technique. He's a very good in balance in ball control. He's when I saw him, I would say, "Whoa, this guy is great." But
Then pay attention.
moving the ball all around.
And clearly he likes Torino.
He likes Torino.
Yeah.
That's a fact. No, but I could understand. Let's be honest. If you're speaking from a human side, it's not nice. Of course, you go to Liverpool, then he had that injury, and he comes back to Torino. Hey, it's hard to come back. You know that you are in that unwanted list. In that famous black and white picture of the preseason with the isolated players. And then you are there, you go on loan to Fiorentina. And you played actually quite well, huh? Because at Fiorentina, he did really well in that season. And then he's back again, the same thing. So I could understand that he said, I don't want to go again on loan. But I understand perfectly, and I agree with Bogdan when he says you're a professional player, you're 28. It's not that you are 36. You said, wow, I already did everything in my career. Take your chance, go play football, because it's like Nino is saying, it's your prime year, but you already lost your 27th, your 26th, your 25th. You lost that momentum since you arrived at Barcelona. You had that injury as well, so you couldn't really prove yourself there. So you are throwing away an entire career. Yeah, of course you will have that money that Juventus is paying you every single year. But it's really, really strange as a decision, huh? Really strange. Especially now, because you could say in the summer, he saw what happened with McKennie. You never know. Maybe a new coach, he's Brazilian like me, he can reintegrate me. I will test. He's not playing. Even now, with that emergency situation, not even has been called up. Some people are asking me. So it's not minus Valencia like the club of Spain. It's minus Valenza. So Valenza in Italian. But minus Valencia is beautiful. Minus Valencia. So what does it mean? That when you sign a player, let's say, I will make it easy, 80 million euro, and he has a contract of 4 years, you pay that money immediately to the club where you bought it, but in your financial books, you split that money. That's financial. So you have a depreciation of 20 million per year. Of course, on top of that, you need to calculate the salary. So it's much more complicated. But so you have a word value of 20. After the first year, that player in your books has a value of 60 million euro. That's the value of the player. It's an asset for the club. The year after, 40 million euro. The year after, 20. The year after, 0. But then, of course, he leaves because it's not a value anymore. That's why a lot of time you have these extensions. Why? Because if you extend in the meanwhile, you can split, that depreciation over more years, which we did with Arthur already. So it was really a huge value that because of the loan to Fiorentina, we were able to split even more until 2026, if I'm not wrong now, the contract. So it's already worth a bit less. But what does that mean for a club? That the 20 million remaining, or 25 million, I don't know exactly how much remains on the contract as a value of Arthur, that if you let him go for free, let's say for free, it's like you take 20 million euro and you just throw them from the window. That's what you do. That's the worst case scenario, what you can do. You save on the salary that you pay on him, but you throw away 20 million euro asset. Why did we renew? Because he was in his last year of contract, and if you give him to Fiorentina on a loan, it's the same, because then it would have been totally free, so you would have lost that money. So to not lose that money, you extend. That's the reason. It's purely financial, guys. Yeah. So you're obliged to sell him, even if if it's less than what he's worth, you're obliged to sell him. Look, but that happened to a few players that we still had the value on. And Marotta, for example, is a disaster in that, because I hear a lot of time really beautiful words on Marotta. But Marotta is a disaster on that, on giving players away on with a minus Valenza, or that's something that he did a lot of time. But anyway.
It happened to you as well when he was here.
Yeah.
It was in the moment that we couldn't sell a player. We just given up on silver plate.
That's a fantastic question from Carlo here. Who is more scarier, Rebic or Malinovsky?
I would go for Malinovsky. He scored more against us than Rebic.
You know that
I think.
I am not sure. I think that now Rebic scored more. I think he scored 5 times against Juve in total.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he scored 5. There was a meme, not a meme. There was a here, bravo. Look, I found it immediately. No, where are we? Wait. That's not what I want to show you. I'm not used. Wait, add to stage here. I don't know if you saw that or not. So someone went back typing Juve Rebic. You see 14th of February. Milan takes the advantage goal of Rebic. The 8th of July, Rebic scored again. 10th of May, Rebic. 20th of September, the draw of Milan with Rebic, and now goal of Rebic. So it's 5 goals against Juve. I think that Malinovsky is not at 5 goals. I think he's at 3 or 4. Malinovsky against Juve.
You know, I was watching the game, and when I saw Rebic entered, first of all, I didn't know he played for Lecce, and I said this guy will score. I don't know. If we manage to get the 2-0, he will make it 2-1. Unfortunately, he made it 1-1.
And you know what happens is you go and get this player again. You get the player that hurts you the most. They come to your squad, and they're injured, or they don't do the damage that they did to you to other teams. Things like that can happen.
But you know what? When I see these stats before the games, every time I say, they never lost that many against Juve, but if they do today, then I always say, when I read these kind of stats, I say, okay, today this guy will score because it's not scoring since so long, or we will lose, or we will draw. What a disaster. I don't like these stats. Wrestling Rockets.
I don't watch so many stats, because if I saw all the stats, probably I would just shut down the TV and go to sleep.
Yeah. LJJ saying, so basically they choose the way that they lose, less keeping him around. Can they use him to cut aggressive? But no, because
the water boy.
No, because that's not in the contract. But if you keep, it's really strange to say, but if you keep him around, in your books you are not losing money. I mean, you're paying, it's going away, but it's not, it's not like a value that you're throwing away. It's part of the plan, because you planned that and you pay him. But yeah, I know. It's really strange. It's annoying, but it's a reality, guys. Luis is asking, may I join, Beppe? I will close the live in I think 5 minutes, because I wanted to do a live of 1 hour, and at the end we are here with 2 hours, because I really enjoyed today. It's even more fun that way, because the last season I did a lot with like one that jumps on a few questions, then we change. Here at least we have like three links. You come in and we have a beautiful discussion. That's really nice. So what I want to do for 2025, starting already with December, I want to start planning out maybe the Thursday, having a weekly live with guests, like maybe already like 2 people that are coming often, and then rotating with 1 or 2 guests that are coming more and more and more. But doing back what we did with the JB World 4 seasons ago, that's something that I really want to do. So send me a mail, send me a message when if you say, Beppe, it's something that I really want to do, or I would love to be a regular one. You have my email in the description. Let me know who wants to come, who wants to join. because I like it. I have a lot of fun, and at least I don't have to work too much. But we will continue tomorrow. I'm here. I think I already received the thumbnail for tomorrow, so I show you guys. You can't see it, unfortunately, but the people in the live, they can see it. So tomorrow we have Luca JFTV that is together with us. We start at 9 p.m. Italian time, so 8 p.m. UK time. He will be there together with us. We'll speak about Juve, about Milan. He went to the game of Aston Villa. We'll speak about Cambiaso, Conceição, about Thiago Motta, and what he's doing. So tomorrow we have another live, a bit earlier than today. And then we continue. On Thursday we have a live about the draws of the Club World Cup. And I am trying, guys, for the people that are still here, but it's not a promise yet, but I'm trying to have the feed to show you live the draw with me commenting it, of course. But of course you need the agreement of FIFA. So I'm waiting for FIFA to agree or not, but that would be a unicum, being able, without being having problems for copyright, of course, because that's always the problem. I could do it, I can do it. I just show my screen, but then I will be banned for YouTube, and I would love to avoid that, because that's not a really smart thing to do. But that would be nice. If not, we still do that.
You had problems in the past.
Yeah. And that's really, really, really scary. Neven, the guy that made the thumbnail, said, Beppe, that's a really beautiful thumbnail. Thank you, because Neven did it. So while he's listening to the live, he's working for the channel as well. Grande Neven. Fantastico Neven. People say it's Miretti that is there. He looks like Miretti. Of course, tomorrow I will ask him. Miretti. Guys, is there something that
maybe he's the brother?
Maybe the brother. No, but I watch him in real life. It's really tall. Luca is really tall, but he looks like Miretti. It's true. Yeah. Is there a question that I didn't that you didn't ask that you wanted to ask, or something that you want to say more while saying goodbye to the people?
I don't, except it's been a pleasure to join everybody today. It's a great show. Big fan, so we'll continue to watch and support. So thanks for having us on to share the program with you, and looking forward to hopefully more from Motta and the boys. They just got to hang in there, and I hope there's some nice surprises from Motta, some nice strategies or tactical surprises for the next game.
I hope so too. People, now you know that when you will see that logo in the chat, you know that we are speaking about Paolo, that I call P-Bugs. Paolo, you know that I was imagining you in a total different way. Yeah, I had absolutely impossible that I was thinking of you like that. So you look better than I was thinking.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I thank you for the loyalty as well. We have two people, also Michael that was there earlier.
Yep.
We have three people that are there since years. So for me, it's really an honor to have you. And Michael I already saw, I think in the past. Bogdan I already know, but putting faces is fantastic. So thank you, really, really, Paolo.
My pleasure.
Thank you as well. It's the second time for me on live. It's becoming a habit, hopefully.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes, indeed. I had a lot of fun. Thank you again for allowing me to express the feelings. And
That's nice, Bogdan.
And yes, like Paulo said, that I hope that I don't know, maybe in next year, because this year we are going that. I hope Motta can turn this team around, and maybe we can start winning and play a little bit more like we hope to, play a little bit more convincing. That of course, like we started like a hurricane, we started well, and then we had that Leipzig game that pumped us very, very, very hard, but then we just dropped. And this is something that he needs to work on. And have that let's say spark to light up the season again. Because as you see this year, the competition in Italy is very very high.
It's
It's like I remember back in the 90s, 2000. I was little back then, but I said that Italy was the best championship year. I mean, you had 8 or 7, 9 teams that were fighting there, that like they were the big teams. And I said, I like this championship.
Thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Paolo. But especially
you.
thank you to the chat. The chat really appreciated it. I see here you were great, guys. Great live. Grande. Grazie. Salman is putting hearts in the eyes. People are happy. People are happy. That's good. That's good. They are happy with you. But guys, from the moment that we heard that people were happy with Immobile joining Juve this January, they will be happy with everything. So thank you, ragazzi. Ciao a tutti. Forza Juve. Ciao, ciao, ciao.